So I'm here, sitting here chilling, eating lunch, and I thought of a good way to explain the holographic fractal truth without you seeing the code. So see that mailbox right there? And see that stop sign right there? What if I told you they're the same? Yeah, they have different functions, and no different than that airplane. They have different functions. That mailbox and that stop sign are the same, but they have different functions. If you go back to the source, the root, what is that? That's metal, and that's metal. That's got the color red on the flag. On the other side of that sign is red. That's a metal mailbox. It goes down in the ground. They dug a hole, probably concreted in, maybe not. They probably took a sledgehammer and beat that into the ground, because you can see that bottom piece. The bottom piece is bolted to the other. So it has bolts to hold that sign. This has bolts. So if you go back to the base material, it came from the ground. It was metal. And it was manufactured. It was designed, sign. Just like signal, your turn signal is SIGN. So everything is from the sign of the cross. So that metal mailbox has a red flag. That metal stop sign has a red designation on the front. They have two different functions. This is to stop traffic. This is to catch the mailbox, have a receptacle for the mail. And the mail truck is made out of metal. That lawnmower is made out of metal. That car is made out of metal. That airplane that just went by, metal. So when you go back to the root, it came from the same source. Metal. And they say metallurgy or whatever. They're using metal. They're forming a product out of metal. So if you go back to the original place where this came from and this, it came from the dirt, the ground, the metal in the ground. They had to forge it, and this is what's happening to you. So the ground would be the source. Jesus is the source. He spread the seed. You came on the scene, and he's shaping you and forming you into your specific role. Is the mailbox any more important than the stop sign? No. Is the stop sign any more important than the mailbox? No. They came from the same source. Is that lawnmower, which is made of metal, any more important than either of these? No. They're all important in the function of this place. So everything came from the same source. God fashions it, shapes it, maker of shapes. God is a maker of shapes, but it came from the same source. So when God makes these different shapes in reality, whether it's alphabet, squares, circles, everything has a function so that you can function down here. Function is unction. The letter F, I don't know how to do it in sign language. Forgot. I used to know. I think it is that. It might be F. That might be F. The letter F is number 6, which is man's number. Function is unction. Unction by the power of the Spirit. So on the left-hand side is the letter F, which is 666. On the right-hand side is the unction of the Spirit, which is, and you got ion. U-S-U-N-T, function, unction. Function, F-U-N-U-N-T, the cross, I-O-N, to walk. So God formed you from the same, every human being is formed from the same source. And he's got a function for each person. He's got a use. Everybody has a use to create the flow, to create the development, the buildings, the benefit. It's all about benefiting other humans. So God wants you to do what's useful to benefit mankind, serve one another. And so if God wants you to do it, you know he's doing it. So he's got a function and a role for you to function in this place. Even those signs, you see the concrete pole. You see the concrete holding the pole up. You got a pole, metal pole, concrete. It's probably concrete in the ground, the concrete curbs. Same material, different function. So as you unfold the logos and you unfold the words, you unfold this reality. As you unfold the basic shapes, I did this. I went down to the basic shapes. It's like little lines and dashes and stuff. A period or a dot. The dot goes back to the blood, and then there's a line in lineage. Line means lineage. A dash, and you follow the word dash back. ASH is ash. It all goes back to ashes, sackcloth and ashes, So if you want to go back to the root symbols, the root words, you got cut, turn, union, flow. You got everything goes back to the ashes. Take up your cross. And look at these birds. They have a function, Everything has a function. Function, unction. Even in a business, so that's probably one of them is the boss, and he's probably having a talk while they're getting their exercise in. Each person has a function in a corporation. Each person has a function in a family. So that could be the man and that could be the woman. So the woman has her role, the man has his role. Is anyone greater than the other one? No. Is he still the authority? There's a boss. There's always going to be an authority somewhere just to keep order. Does that mean she's any less than him? No. Is Jesus any less than God? No. Jesus is God. You see Jesus, you see the Father. They're equal, but he submitted to the death of the cross. He submitted even to the death of the cross. But they made that choice in heaven before they even created this place. They knew that the Lamb slain before the foundation of the world. So in order for this stuff to exist, to function, you have to have sackcloth and ashes, take up your cross, burnt offering, resurrection, death, resurrection, death, resurrection. You have to have the foundation, the concrete. You have to have the manufacturing of the metal, and God is changing you and brewing you and putting you into a certain role. You understand? So if you don't see the holographic reality through the etymology like I do, you can see that everything came from the earth and it's all built up. Look at these buildings, bricks. They came from the same place as this mailbox, as this sign, as that airplane. All this stuff came from the same place that man has built. So it's all the same. It just has a different function. The nutrients that keep my pinky alive is the same nutrients that keep my thumb alive. Two different digits. And notice the word digit is what this is called, and that's why the computer is called digits, because it's based on the human body. It's all a reflection of the human body. What's happening in the human body is happening out here, because each member of your body has different functions. Each piece of metal has been remanufactured, or concrete or bricks has been manufactured for a different function, but it came from the same source. So that's a spark that it's all a fractal hologram. The same truth is in that metal, as that plane metal, as that car metal. The same truth is happening everywhere because it's all the same source. So you can see the truth in the parts and the truth in the whole. So the parts are in the whole and the whole in the parts. That means it's a fractal hologram. I hope that should click. Somebody should wake up now. Meditate on it. If it's not clicking, but you're getting close, spend the next 30 days meditating on that. Think about what I'm saying. It should click.